Hey guys, what's up? So, it is finally spooky season. What better way to kick off the beginning of the month with a Stephen King movie review, of course. So, I'm going to be covering Mr. Harrigan's Phone. I read the short story years ago, so most of it was lost on me. I just watched the movie adaptation, and it's one of the most faithful adaptations I've ever seen in a Stephen King movie. Like, almost down to layer. I guess it makes sense because it's like based off a short story, so I feel like it's a lot easier to adapt into a film compared to like a whole ass novel. Like kind of in a way, right? So they're able to get like it was pretty much yeah. Like some of the characters like like more like look different than in the book, but I mean other than that, I mean it was like damn. It's like I was reading the book all over again, but just seeing on the screen. If you haven't, excuse me, if you haven't, oh my god, sorry guys. Okay, so if you haven't read or watched it, it's about this boy who is, I mean, he has it rough. Craig basically, lost his mom from a young age, and his dad, was doing best he can. He used to be like a top of the notch salesman, and basically after the wife died, understandably, just things kind of went downhill for him. He kind of just but I just feel like hollow and just like very sad and stuff. And you just know they're both just trying to get by, and like the son's lonely. And the billionaire, Mr. Harrigan, approaches him. Basically, he sees in church, and he's like reading like a passage from the Bible, and he's like, this young man is very eloquently like spoken. I shall recruit him to read me stories. I mean, basically, that's yeah. So he does that. He's like, I'll pay you some money. It's not a lot. It's like, dang, like, didn't you much? You're a freaking billionaire. You can pay him more. So he does that a few days a week and just reads to him. And the old man's basically like, you need to dispatch of your enemies. Um, get rid of them very swiftly. You have to promise me this, son. He's like, yeah, sure. Whatever you say, dude. And then basically he dies. Oh my god, actually I was tired. I didn't do jack today, guys. I was chilling. Anyway, so yeah, he dies. And basically it's about like part of it's like the aftermath of what happens. And as you guys said, Mr. Harrigan's phone, it has something to do with his phone. I'm not going to say exactly what, because it's one of his lesser known short stories. So, I mean, comment down below if you've read it. But if not, I don't want to spoil it for you. It's one of his spooky stories. I like how it actually has a supernatural element to it, but it's not terrifying like it. And it's like, wow. And this is set in like the early 2000s, but it came out in 2022. And like there's a scene where like all the kids are on their phones. It's like, oh my god. Like this is like set like when I was like the time period was like whenever like I was these are like in I was in middle school, like elementary middle school, like in the early 2000s. And basically like I mean the phone wasn't really like widespread yet like it is now. And just seeing them all on their phones and stuff is like I mean, yep. That basically sums up today, and I was basically saying how Mr. Harrigan like predicted um, that there's gonna be like a lot of misinformation that's spread about the internet, and there's gonna be like a lot of paywalls and stuff, and it's like I read the book, I was like, oh my god, they like predict the future, man. Like this is nuts. I can't. Okay, I will look up when he wrote it because that's yeah, just freaking wild. Okay, book publish year. I'm curious. What did he do? Oh, it was published in 2020. Okay, so that makes sense. Why it's talking about that? So it wasn't like he wrote this in the 70s and then predicted like this stuff. No, it was in 2020. Okay, never mind, guys. I thought it was like an older story, but I guess no, it's relatively new. Newish. I think it's like a collection of his short stories. Wait, I'm gonna look it up really quick. I'm curious. Yeah, Mr. If It Bleeds. It's like a novella. It has like stuff like the Life of Chuck, If It Bleeds, The Rat. I read that like ages ago, and I completely forgot that was in that book, well, novella. So I would definitely recommend reading it. It's like his short stories. I like some of them, but I don't know. Like I said, like it, Carrie, that stuff like that, like has my heart. Like I love the more traditional um, horror books in that sense. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna go. It's not too deep to get into. Basically, the kid's lonely. He meets this old man dies, and then basically just like showing him like growing up in a small town and being introduced to like a new high school, like a lot more people trying to integrate into that kind of environment, and like phones, coming out and like being popular and trying to adapt to those changes, and basically saying how like we're addicted to our phones, and he's not wrong. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys like this review, and I'll see y'all. Bye, guys.